All right, what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Today I'm going to run through this trade recap from this trade that I took tonight in Asia. And even though this was a very simple trade, obviously I didn't catch the entire move. This was literally a small, like 1.2 hour trade. I want to show you guys because I want to tell you how I've been trading Asia lately. Executions are in the Discord right here. I just literally took this with 3 micros in and out. Obviously, ideally, I would have held this unfilled 4 hour. I'm going to get into that, but I'm going to tell you guys how I've been trading Asia. Before we get into it, though, I'm going to drop this March 23rd at night. And right now I'm running a 3 account giveaway for the 50k Alpha Zero account. So if you want to be entered in that giveaway, just you have to buy an account using code LukeX and then send me proof, like DM me on Insta, TikTok, in the Discord, whatever, and then just DM me proof that you use the code, and then you'll be entered into the giveaway. And this will be running till probably sometime tomorrow, and then I'll announce the winners. But yeah, so anyway, the code's 10% off as well. So if you guys want to pick up even a 25k, 50k, it doesn't matter. You can get whatever account you want. You'll be entered into the giveaway. So anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how I've been trading Asia, and the way I've been trading Asia is a little bit different than with AM session. So in AM session, you guys know I use a lot of discretion. I trade continuations mainly, but then a lot of the times I will trade reversals. It's just mainly discretionary. The way I trade Asia is just really just straight up continuations now. So all I'm doing is, if you've watched my continuation videos, if you go to my education playlist, you've probably seen a bunch of them. I just wait for price to displace towards the drawn liquidity, retrace, displace out of a gap, and then give me an entry, and then I'm targeting the draw on liquidity. That's literally it. I'm not looking for anything more, and I don't start trading Asia until 8 p.m. Eastern. So what I used to do a lot of times, I would start trading at 6 p.m. I'll take a look at 6 p.m., but obviously the volume is not going to be ideal until 8 p.m., which is when the kill zone starts. So what I do is I get on my charts around 7:50. I don't do this every day. This is just when I want to scrape like winning days or trade eval. So I'll get on the charts a little bit before 8. I'll mark them out, and then I'll wait for price to displace through the draw, give me a retrace, and then try to take a trade towards that draw on liquidity, which I'm going to get into in this recap in a sec. But again, I only do this when I'm trying to scrape quick winning days, or I'm trying to trade evals. On my top step accounts right now, I already have a good size buffer built up from risking heavy the first 2 days on the funded. So now I'm just trying to scrape my winning days, and I kind of don't want to do that. I don't want to do that during AM. I want to work on some other accounts in the meantime. So I figured I hop on Asia sometimes, scrape my winning days, and it kind of just keeps me getting more payouts more often, just because I hate trying to scrape winning days during AM session. I'd rather just do it during Asia. But yeah, anyway, basically coming into the session, okay, here's what I seen, right? On the daily, okay, we obviously had a strong bullish close. We're obviously previous day high, previous day lows up here. That's really not relevant to us. But on the 4 hour, what we had, obviously we tapped into it now, but we had a 4 hour unfilled gap. Okay, so this was basically where I was thinking price was going to want to rebalance to, because it's just a huge open gap. It's likely that price is going to want to retest that gap, fulfill equilibrium, OTE, whatever. I wanted to see price flush into that. Going over to the hourly, using simple market structure, what do we see here? Okay, if we put the candle back here, we see price came up, put in a lower high. What do we expect from a lower high? We would expect a lower low, but what do we see? And most importantly, we have low resistance liquidity. Let me just put this back again so you can see what I'm talking about. We have low resistance liquidity leading into an unfilled 4 hour gap, delivering out of a 1 hour, like put in a lower high, the bearish market structure. We have a low here, low here, low here, low here, relative equal lows leading into a 4 hour gap. I'm leaning more bearish at this point. Okay, so basically 8 p.m. opens up, and what I'm seeing at this point is I'm looking for price to, I'm just looking for these lows right here, just because these are much more attainable than seeing price flush through there. Even though I have conviction in that drawdown there, there's a high probability price can go like this and then pull back and then go, right? So I'm not trying to look for this huge move. This isn't a New York AM trade. I'm trying to just take my win and get out. So I'm looking to target these lows right here. So what do we see, right? Price immediately starts displacing down. So we get the 8 p.m. open. Price starts running down, and what do we do here? We have this 3-minute gap, which is kind of the first presented fair value gap in this leg to the upside. So I'm waiting kind of for this to inverse, because this is kind of like the last line that's holding price to the upside. So after we inverse it right here, I'm not just going to jump in and inverse, even though this would have worked. What I'm waiting for is price to, I'm just using this as confirmation. I'm seeing price inverse this 3-minute gap. This is telling me price is likely going to want to continue lower. So I'm waiting for a retrace, and I'm looking for shorts down here, right? So at this point, I'm literally just waiting for a CISD. I'm waiting for some type of entry. So what do we get here? Price pulls back, right here. We get a little bit of a pullback. We don't pull back into a gap, but at this point, we get this huge displacement candle to the downside. So at this point, we're displacing towards the draw on liquidity, which are these two lows right here. We just inversed the 3-minute gap, which is the last line of kind of defense for bulls to push price up, and clearly it broke. So what am I looking at? Price to displace towards the draw, retrace, displace, and then target the draw. What do we get here? Displace towards the draw, small retrace. Obviously, ideally, we trade into a gap, but at this point, the momentum's super bearish, and I don't really care at this point. So I take this entry right here, and at the same time, I think it was the same time, or no, I entered on this 1-minute close right here at 8:08, right? But if you wanted to be a little more accurate, you could have waited for the 2-minute close, but I thought it was just going to dump just based on how that 1-minute candle closed. You could see how strong the body closed. You can see that it closed with barely a bottom wick. This is a strong sign that price is going to want to push lower. So next candle puts in a wick. We get in some drawdown here. I gave myself a little bit of room on the stop. I gave it 20 points. I would have put it above this high, but I just rounded the stop up, but I still would have been safe anyway. But we do get in some drawdown. And what do? I wait for price to flush. So I go break even at this low right here, which is my first main draw right here. And I just target my $150 winning day, which happens to be right in between this draw and this draw. Now, ideally, what would I do? I would probably take a partial at this low, and I would probably hold to here, because this would have gave me a really good 4 hours, would have been 80 points in Asia. Like, that's solid. I only caught 25, but again, that wasn't my plan going into the day. My plan was just to secure a winning day and get off the charts, right? But again, I want to make this recap because I want to show you guys how I'm trading Asia. So again, I'm waiting for price. I'm just trading continuations, waiting for price to displace, retrace, displace, target the draw on liquidity. Again, my bias is bearish. Why? We have a 4-hour unfilled gap. 1 sec, sorry. 4-hour unfilled gap below. I'm waiting for price to come down and retrace into it. On the 1 hour, we're failing to push higher. We put in a lower high. I'm expecting potentially a lower low. We have low resistance sell side leading into this 4-hour gap. We inverse this 3-minute right here, which is kind of the last bullish gap. Okay, from there, move down, retrace, 1-minute displacement. We also get the 2-minute close right there after, stops above, and I just target the 150. Again, if you sized in heavier, you could have just TP'd there. You could have held to here, and again, you could have held to this 4-hour, but it's just straight up continuation. That's literally it. So that's it for me, guys. Quick recap. Thought I'd make a video, knock this out, because I thought, just want to show you guys how I've been trading Asia, and this is literally it. I just trade continuations. Like, it's pretty simple. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll be back at it tomorrow, see what we catch, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.